Today we're going to talk about this baobab powder. We're going to talk about 3 reasons why you need this baobab powder in your house today. And I'm going to talk about what is the best powder that you can choose. Reason number 1 you need baobab powder in your house today is for emergencies. Yes, guys, in Africa, the fruit of the baobab tree is used for cases when there's nausea or diarrhea. And it makes sense. This powder is the fruit of the baobab tree is full of prebiotic fiber. It's a fiber. A prebiotic fiber is a fiber that is the nutrient for your gut biome. So if you have diarrhea, it's the best thing that you can do to feed your good bacteria. My dad, when he was on his holiday in Namibia, he actually got a bad case of the, you know what? Well, they gave him baobab powder, a drink. It's a local drink. They call it Bouy. There's a recipe of the original African drink on the website, and you can also find it on our channel. And it helped him a lot. It's also really great when you're a little bit nauseous, you don't have a lot of, you don't really want to eat. Well, it just this baobab powder mixed in water, it tastes a little bit like a lemonade. If you want to make it a little bit more tastier, if you have kids, for example, well, just add a little bit of coconut blossom powder or maybe a bit of raw honey, and it makes it a little bit sweeter. So, not only the fiber is really good for your, for your belly, it's always also super high in vitamin C and magnesium. Both substances, so vitamins that are really good when you're sick and you just need a little, boost for your health. And it's really easy digestible. You can drink it, you can put it in yogurt, you can make a little smoothie. It's really good for when you're a little bit, not so good. So that's why you need it in your house today. It stays fresh for a very long time. Reason number 2, you want baobab powder in your house today. Well, it's simple. It's just an amazing ingredient to use in your kitchen. The taste is really amazing. It's actually a bit sour, but it's like sweet sour. So it's less sour than a lemon, for example. But some people, I personally drink it pure in water. It's like sourish kind of lemonade. But my absolute favorite is combining these 3 products is the baobab powder in coconut yogurt. This combination is mind-blowing because what you get here is the baobab with the fiber. It acts a bit like a thickening agent. So the yogurt becomes like this thick Greek-style yogurt, and it's really filling because of the fiber. You get like you're really satiated, so you don't get hungry very fast. It's really like if you combine this with you can add some fruits and some even maybe some nuts. It's completely sourced from trees, all these ingredients, and yeah, it's very good, very tasty, and a great combination. There's other combinations that you can do. We have multiple recipes on the treetarian.com website. Or you can follow this YouTube channel. There's definitely going to be more recipes with baobab powder. So subscribe, and there's also going to be links in the description below 2 recipes of with baobab powder. Reason number 3 you want this powder in your house today is because eating the fruit of the baobab tree supports the baobab trees. Now, baobab trees are disappearing. There are these magnificent trees, for example, very famous in Madagascar, for example, or in some African countries, these really huge, big trees. They are magnificent. However, they are disappearing, and they are disappearing for a very, very sad reason. What a lot of people do not know is that the bark of the baobab tree is very soft. You can almost detach the bark of the tree with your bare hands. It's super soft. What happens? People, they use this bark to make fires, little fires to cook on, and they don't realize that's very short-term thinking, and that removing the bark of these baobab trees makes them very vulnerable to diseases, and they actually, most of them die because the bark is removed and the tree dies ultimately. The more demand there is for baobab trees, for baobab fruit, the more baobab trees are planted, and statistics show that demand for baobab fruit is increasing. But the more there is demand for baobab fruit, the more trees are planted. And take into account, it takes between 15 and 20 years for the tree to grow before it even bears fruit. So this is the thing, the more people, the more farmers that are growing these kind of baobab trees, the more money that goes into this kind of food, the more these kind of trees will flourish and will grow all over Africa and other regions. So that's why it is important to consume these kind of things. It's really, yes, it's really a great thing to consume these tree products, because it supports nature, and it also supports local farmers and in those regions. And that's important for prosperity around the world, and it helps your own health. If you are choosing baobab powder, what brand are you going to choose? What are you going to look for? I've been waving this package, and I have to be honest, I bought this one in my local organic store. I want to support those people. They're going through a tough time, and I'm super happy that they actually have their this powder in their shop, because again it promotes this product. So because first of all, whatever brand that you are choosing, you are supporting the growth of baobab trees, no matter which one you choose. If I have the option, sometimes I find it in some other organic stores. I buy fair trade baobab powder, because what you are getting then is when you're sure that the farmer or the harvester, the local countries are getting a fair paid compensation for their product, you actually getting a double effect. So you're supporting the local economy in Africa, you're supporting the wealth and education of the local people, and I think that is important. When we talk about, so that's what I'm actually looking for. So either supporting my local organic store, and if I find a fair trade one, I go for that. So to be very honest, when it comes during the past years, I tried many brands. Actually, the quality of the product itself, it's very similar, whatever brand you actually choose. There's some packaging that I think is more practical than the other one. I like these pouches. They're fairly, it's not super optimal when it comes to waste, but it's, you know, a better option. I do have to say, to finding fair trade baobab powder is actually easier in the States. There's actually a brand that is active in the United States. In Europe, where I live, it's a little bit more difficult. It's sometimes even difficult to find baobab powder. Online is not a problem. But it's a little bit harder to find fair trade baobab powder. So I'm putting a link in the description below where I recommend you to, what I think is the best baobab powder with the most impact. So that's the thing, the conclusion of which powder to buy is buy the baobab powder that makes the most impact. The product itself, there's not so much difference between all the brands, but it's mostly the impact that this product will do. I can assure you, I use baobab powder like really regularly, and it's really something you at least should try, at least should have in your house. As I told you, reason number one, when you're feeling a little bit sick, or it's just a really great product to use now and then. If you like this video, we are all in Treetarian. We're all about tree food, and we're sharing recipes, we're sharing stories, we're sharing like intriguing stories about tree food you've never heard of. So if you like what we do, and please join our community of tree food lovers and experimenters, and subscribe, like this video, click the notification bell, and you will be notified when we release a new video. Ciao!